Hello and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Bill Gray Legion Stadium at Champion Car Wash Field in beautiful Roseburg, Oregon. Today we get ready to bring you Roseburg High Baseball as they take on the Century Jaguars in another non-conference game. Roseburg coming off of a win last night here at home against the West Salem Titans. They play on back-to-back days and look to try and continue their undefeated streak here at home. Looking forward to a good one, and we are just a little ways away from getting this one started with first pitch to our ball game. And we thank you so much for tuning in and joining us for Roseburg High Sports here on The Score as we count down to the first pitch. This is your Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. That's Roseburg Disposal, 673-7122. Coming up in the pregame show, we'll get a chance to catch up with head coach Troy Thompson, talk about yesterday's win and how the preseason, non-conference portion of the season has been going for the Indians, and a quick little look at who our opponent is for today. Century Jaguars out of the Pacific Conference coming in 2-3 on the season. Roseburg 5-3 on the year. We'll have that interview coming up next as we continue on. Before we take our first break of the pregame show, want to remind you today's game is streaming live with video online at 541radio.com and on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel where you can watch Roseburg High Sports for free all season long. Head to 1490 The Score on YouTube. Subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the action throughout the rest of the season. We'll take the 2-minute break, come back with the pregame interview with head coach Troy Thompson after this on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Back with more of our pregame show here, the Roseburg Disposal pregame show on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM, and streaming with video online at 541radio.com. Roseburg back at it for a second straight day here at Champion Car Wash Field, coming off of a 4-2 win over West Salem yesterday, now getting a chance to take on the Century Jaguars and getting a chance to catch up with Coach Troy Thompson again here. Coach, great win for you guys at home yesterday. What'd you see that you liked in that game from your team? Obviously, a nice performance by Dom on the mound and out of the bullpen for Parker, and then you guys got the run support that you needed.
Right. A lot of positives yesterday. Like you said, on the mound we were competitive there. I thought we threw it, or Dom threw it as well as he has so far this season. It was nice to see him have that performance. Parker came in and did a great job closing out the sixth there in a tough spot with bases loaded, get out of it without giving up a run, and then coming out and getting his 3 outs there in the seventh. So, great job by our guys on the mound yesterday. It was fun to see. Like you said, we got enough offense to push those runs across, left a few guys on base, left a few guys in scoring position where we would have liked to extend that lead, but didn't happen. But we were able to play clean defensively and get out of it with, like you said, a 4-2 win.
The defensive side there, you guys play without an error by my tally up in the booth yesterday, so that was nice, and made some nice defensive plays behind your pitchers, cleaning things up a little bit. It seemed like maybe by a spring break where you guys got to experience fields that aren't quite as fielder-friendly as here at Champion Car Wash Field, but the defense, seeing things shape up there. You've got an experienced, defensive guys out there. Is this kind of what you're expecting to see, and was yesterday kind of the game that you expect that this team can put together going forward?
Well, that's always the hope, is you're able to play clean defense, and it certainly makes a difference being at home and being on the turf as opposed to being on the road and being on natural fields, something that this group hasn't seen a lot of here early this season. So it was nice to see that on our spring break trip. So we've seen them all now. So we have a turf field to practice and play on, and we get to play on some very good natural surfaces as well. So yeah, defensively, we have some guys that have played some innings for us through the last year and a half, 2 years, and hopefully we continue with that trend of just making our routine plays and giving our pitchers a chance to get to the next guy and continue to play good, solid team defense.
You guys could go head out there with the JV team and take some infield out at Sunshine. I'm sure that would make these guys really appreciative of what they get here at Champion Car Wash Field.
And we have before. Yeah, we've done that before.
Because it's not all going to be quite as smooth everywhere you go in the Southwest Conference play here coming up in just a little bit. But, Parker Burke, we saw him come out of the bullpen for you. I know, you've got some guys with established roles as starters for you, Dom and Evan. And I know guys can be mixed and matched kind of what type of role they'll get on the mound. But is that spot out of the bullpen, is Parker a guy that you guys are going to be looking in that rotation to come out and kind of come in a spot like that where he's trying to close out a game?
We hope so. Yeah, we have several options there, and Parker has gotten the opportunity a couple times, and in our opinion, he's done a great job. And yesterday was a good example of that. He battled through a tough spot and came out, like I said, got his 3 outs in the 7th to preserve the lead. But we do have some other options. So, in your non-league schedule, you like to try to get as many options and as many looks as you can during our games. So it was nice for him to have that chance yesterday. But yeah, as far as pitching and establishing roles and the things that come with that once we start league play, that Tuesday single, Saturday double, and with the pitch counts that we're under, it's a big deal to have as many arms as you can. And for us, our arms are also position players, so they get a lot of work defensively, then get on the mound and do their work there. So it's nice to have some options with some guys that can play not only in the field but also get up on the mound and do a great job for us.
And these non-conference games also a chance for you guys to work on the lineup. Things looked a little different yesterday than when I saw you guys last time before spring break. How much are you guys still figuring things out there, or have you noticed that things are starting to settle out a bit?
No, it's a real work in progress. We're still trying to put guys in a position to be successful offensively, and it was nice to see a couple guys yesterday at the bottom of the order come out of it with some hits after the game, looking at the stats and going back over it. But we're getting there. We have some guys that we like in our lineup where they're at, and we also have some guys that are going to be pretty fluid, go up and down and in and out of the lineup, and that's a great option to have. So everybody's going to get an opportunity, and hopefully they take advantage of it when they do get that opportunity.
Today you guys have Century, again, non-conference. I know you guys more focused on yourself, but on the other side there, familiar names or any guys that you guys are aware of going into this matchup that you think factor into today's game?
We saw Century, I believe it was in the start of our season in 2019, I believe, back down here, regular turf or regular natural field then. And that was the last time we saw them here. We haven't seen them, obviously, with the COVID years and a short season last year. But they do a great job up in the Portland area and play well. And well coached by Coach Mason Wright over there, and does a good job. So we expect nothing less than another, good, clean, tight ball game here against another quality opponent. So we're glad they're able to make the trip, and hopefully the weather holds for us here after a little bit of a rainstorm earlier. But it looks like it's going to be okay, and get on the field and get ready to play 7 innings here.
All right, thanks, Coach, for the time.
Thank you.
That is head coach Troy Thompson. Wanted to finish it out and let him get a chance to get all the responses to the questions in. And unfortunately, that means we ran a little long. Don't get in our final break of the pregame show, but we will join in on the action. Levi Hayes leading things off for Century On the second pitch of the game by Austin Takahashi, flies out to center field for the first out of the ball game. So we are underway here in the top of the first. On the mound, Austin Takahashi, right-handed thrower facing Nico Roselle, who's going to pop one up out to left field. Drifting back is Dominic Titone, who will make the catch. And there's 2 away here in the top of the first inning. And Roseburg out there defensively with Austin Takahashi on the mound, backing him up. They've gotten a couple of fly ball outs so far. It'll be the pitcher Eli Bro that will step in next, the third hitter to the plate for the Century Jaguars. 2-3 on the season, led by head coach Mason Wright. We'll take a look at his starting lineup here in just a moment as a pitch goes by for ball 1 to Eli Bro from Austin Takahashi. Here's a look at your starting 9. It's Levi Hayes, the second baseman, that led things off with a flyby out to center field. Nico Roselle, the shortstop, flew out to left field. Eli Bro at the plate right now as he fouls off another pitch. Braden Miller, the catcher, batting cleanup, followed by Jalen Ellis, the center fielder. Batting 6th and DHing is Sam Thomas. Zach Bassler is the first baseman, hitting 7th as a breaking ball misses low, a 2-1 count for Eli Bro. In the 8th spot is Joey Genduso, the right fielder, and then Tyler Malman, the third baseman, rounds out the starting 9 for the Century Jaguars. The DH being utilized for left fielder Cooper Larson. And that is a look at your starting lineup there for the Jaguars and Coach Mason Wright. A 2-2 pitch fouled away by Eli Bro against Austin Takahashi, the right-hander on the mound. Trying to get through a clean first inning. Breaking ball, chopped off the plate, goes back to the mound between the mound and first. Takahashi fields and sends it over to Evan Corbin for the out. So we get a bit of a late start there just because our interview ran a little bit long and they get started a little early. In fact, this one was scheduled to start at 4:30. It's not even 4:30 yet, but we go to the bottom of the first. We'll get you Roseburg starting 9 and get you all caught up as we are half an inning in. Take a 60-second timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Back here for the bottom of the first inning, Roseburg, a 1-2-3 top of the first against Century. Taking a look at the starting 9 for head coach Troy Thompson and the Roseburg Indians. Logan Klopfenstein in right field leads things off, followed by Austin Takahashi, the pitcher. Shortstop, Dawson Gillespie will bat third. DHing is Silas Kincaid hitting in the cleanup spot. Dominic Titone in left field will bat 5th, followed by Jordan White, the third baseman. Knox Hubbard, the catcher, will bat 7th. Second baseman, Sebastian Watson, hits 8th. And Carson Dunn, the center fielder, will wrap up the starting 9 in the final spot in the lineup for Coach Thompson. At the plate, it is Logan Klopfenstein. First pitch, he took for ball 1. He'll foul off a pitch to make it a 1-1 count against Eli Bro. Bro, a right-handed pitcher. He had his glove off for a second there. I wanted to make sure that I saw that right. Eli Bro, a sophomore for this Jaguars program. Misses high with a 2-1 count now against Klopfenstein. Eli Bro in the dark black top. Century across the chest in white. Numbers on the front and the back of the jerseys. Button-up tops for the Jaguars. Numbers on the front and the back in white. Gray trousers. Black stirrup socks. which it appears everybody has the pant legs pulled up, so they all have the stirrups showing here today. A 3-1 count for Bro against Logan Klopfenstein. Klopp will foul one back to the netting on the 3-1 pitch, and the count goes full to the leadoff man for Roseburg. Roseburg, we got color on color here. Roseburg wearing their black tops with Roseburg across the chest in orange. Numbers on the front and the back in the bright orange color. White trousers for the Roseburg Indians. The 3-2 pitch outside for ball 4, and that's a leadoff walk issued by Eli Bro to Logan Klopfenstein. So Klopp will get his way on base. First base runner of the evening for either team after a 1-2-3 top of the first for Century. Bro will face left-handed batter Austin Takahashi, Roseburg's starting pitcher. Right-handed thrower, left-handed batter. He hits one up the middle, could be two. Hayes to Roselle over to first, not in time. Looked like Roselle had a bit of a hesitation getting the ball out of the glove over to first base. They'll retire one, get the lead man. Klopfenstein retired at second on the 4-6 putout. And Austin Takahashi on with the fielder's choice. One on, one out for Roseburg. Dawson Gillespie will bat. Bro throws over to check on the runner at first base. I did not see. I don't believe they brought any. No, Takahashi's going to run for himself. No courtesy runner for the pitcher in this situation for Roseburg. Takahashi running, a strike at the plate. Throw to second. Got him. Beautiful throw from behind the plate by Braden Miller. Gets Austin Takahashi at second. At the plate, Dawson Gillespie with a strike against him. They're testing out the catcher's arm here early. Two down, nobody on. Gillespie, the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball off the end of the bat for strike two. Takahashi sliding in head first. That tag got him right around the waist. As he was sliding in, the throw was down the first base side at second. And beat him there by a good step or so. The 0-2 pitch to Gillespie. Breaking ball outside. Missed his mark on that one. Eli Bro will have a 1-2 count. Behind the plate, Braden Miller catching for Century here today. Try and get you the defense if we get a chance here in the bottom of the first. Scoreless ball game. Swing and a miss. That ball off the glove for the catcher. Gillespie heading down to first. The throw will beat him, though. And Dawson Gillespie will strike out to finish things off in the bottom of the first. Well, we quickly make our way through the first inning. Neither team doing much. Roseburg gets runners on, but they only send 3 hitters to the plate. No runs, no hits. There were no errors, and nobody left on base. We're scoreless through 1. We'll get you all set up and ready to go as we head to the top of the second on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Come back to start the second inning, and boy, these teams are moving quick here, so I guess I'm going to have to start speeding things up myself. Braden Miller, the catcher, on the first pitch from Austin Takahashi, flies out to shallow left field, calling off the shortstop and center fielder. Dominic Tatone makes the catch. for the first out of the second. Scoreless ball game here from Champion Car Wash Field between Roseburg and Century. I'm Joey Kieran. It's great to be with you here on The Score and streaming online at 541radio.com. Jalen Ellis at the plate, the center fielder, swings and misses at the first pitch from Austin Takahashi. The 0-1 is low and outside for a 1-1 count. Roseburg's defense today didn't get a chance in the first inning to really cover either defense. Hubbard behind the plate. That's Knox Hubbard, the senior back there. A 1-1 pitch fouled away down the right field side, out of play for Jalen Ellis, the center fielder. Out at first base, Evan Corbin. At second, Sebastian Watson. At third base today, Jordan White. Filling in as Austin Takahashi takes over on the mound. He's usually your everyday starter at third. At shortstop is Dawson Gillespie as a ball belted into the air out to center field, circling underneath it and making the catch. Will be the second out. Jalen Ellis flies out to Carson Dunn as he was rounding the bases out there. The artificial turf did get a little bit of a douse of rain before this one got underway here at Champion Car Wash Field. And Ellis went sliding around first base, losing his footing there, and he kind of walks a little gingerly to the dugout. That'll be something to monitor for the center fielder. First pitch, a swing and a miss on the offering from Takahashi to Sam Thomas, the DH, a left-handed batter. The 0-1 swung on and missed again. In the outfield, Dominic Titone in left, Carson Dunn in center, and Logan Klopfenstein in right field. So far, 4 fly ball outs for Takahashi against the Jaguars. And there's his first strikeout of the game as he sets down Sam Thomas looking with the punch out. All strikeouts this season for Roseburg pitchers, brought to you by One Peak Medical. We'll take the break, come back with the bottom of the second. Roseburg in a scoreless game against Century on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My name's Chris. 2016, I got lymphoma stage 3 cancer and went through radiation for 6 months. I was exhausted all the time, and that's when I found One Peak Medical. My family life got better because I was more attentive and more energy. Because of One Peak Medical, I'm back doing everything I love to do.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Yeah, we'll catch up tomorrow. Back for the bottom of the second inning. Roseburg in a scoreless game with Century. So far, quick going for either side. Both teams have been able to put 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base there in the top of the second for Century. Roseburg will come up here in the bottom of the second inning after sending Klopfenstein, Takahashi, and Gillespie to the plate in the first. It'll be the 4, 5, 6 hitters due up. Silas Kincaid leading things off. The DH for the Tribe takes outside from Eli Bro to start off his at-bat. Defensively for the Jaguars, we'll check in with that. And mentioned that things a little slow or a little fast pace here early. I'm a little slow. Things going fast out there in the field as Kincaid gets a hold of one. He'll send this over the top of Cooper Larson in left field all the way to the fence. And into second base goes Silas Kincaid. When we saw him before spring break, Kincaid was starting to square things up and really get some power behind the baseball. Didn't see him yesterday, as it was Nathan Wayman that was the DH for Roseburg. Today it's Kincaid, and he powers one to left field for the first hit of the ball game for either side. A base knock for Roseburg puts a man in scoring position. A double for Silas. And for Silas Kincaid, that is his 4th double of the year. At the plate, Dominic Titone puts one down, third base side on the bunt, and they do get the out at first. Up to third goes Kincaid on the sacrifice bunt by Dominic Titone. He's a very qualified bunter. It was Mullman that came in to make the play defensively from third, sent it over to second baseman Levi Hayes, who was covering the bag at first. One down, a man at third, scoreless ball game. Jordan White, the third baseman, will get a chance to bat here. First pitch is high for ball one. So taking a look around the diamond here for the Jags. Braden Miller behind the plate. Zach Bassler out at first. Levi Hayes at second. At third, Tyler Mullman. And at short, Nico Roselle. And the outfield after the next pitch, the 1-0 to White, hits the outside corner. Cooper Larson in left. Jalen Ellis in center. And Joey Genduso out in right field. That is your starting defensive alignment for the for the Century Jaguars against the Roseburg Indians. 1-1 pitch. White gets it in the air, but out of play down the right field side. That'll leave the stadium. Jordan White making his 12th at-bat of the year. Right now he's below the 100 line on his batting average, but looking for his second RBI. He swings at a pitch in the dirt. The catcher Miller will send it down to first base for the strikeout, and there's two away. And that's a big one there for Eli Bro, starting pitcher for Century. Getting the second out with a man at third. That'll let the defense relax a little bit. They'll back up on the infield. The lefty, Knox Hubbard, the catcher. He is the 7-hitter in the lineup. Swings at the first pitch, and he fouls that one off the face mask of Braden Miller, the other catcher. A little catcher-on-catcher crime there. So far this season for Knox Hubbard, got the average up to 167 yesterday with a base hit. He is looking for his second RBI of the year. Takes a breaking ball that just misses outside, a 1-1 count. Knox, one of the guys yesterday that managed a hit against West Salem. Takes a pitch in the dirt for a 2-1 count. Knox went 1 for 2 yesterday with a single, had a sac bunt, and struck out as well. But he helped score a run in the 4th inning for Roseburg, and that helped pull away from West Salem for a 4-2 victory. The 2-1 pitch, outside, and well ahead in the at-bat here for the lefty Knox Hubbard. 3 balls, 1 strike. At third base is Silas Kincaid after his leadoff double here in the 2nd inning. Scoreless ball game. Hubbard will take ball 4 on 5 pitches. He will draw the second walk issued by Eli Bro. Catcher will get the courtesy runner. That will be Griffin Zymet that will run. Eli Jacobs going to be the runner down at first. So Eli Jacobs will be the runner taking over at first for the catcher. Got him on the corners with 2 outs for Roseburg here in the bottom of the 2nd inning from Champion Car Wash Field. Brings up Sebastian Watson. He had a nice day at the plate yesterday, went 2 for 2 and drove in a couple of runs. He'll pop up the first pitch out of play down the right field side. Yesterday, Sebastian Watson had a sac fly in the 2nd inning to drive in Roseburg's 2nd run of the game. Then he had an RBI single in the 4th and had another single in the 6th. 3 trips to the plate, all of them productive. He's trying to continue the streak here in his first at-bat against Century. The 0-1 pitch is low and outside. Eli Bro trying to pitch around that leadoff double that he gave up to Silas Kincaid. When he gets around on one and squares it up, Kincaid definitely, he's showing a lot of pop in the bat this year. The 1-1, that one, he got a good hold of this one out to Jalen Ellis on the run. This is going to find the alley for Sebastian Watson. That rolls all the way to the fence. He's heading around second. 2 runs will score. Watson in at third with a stand-up 2-run triple. And Roseburg takes a 2-0 lead over the Century Jaguars. Sebastian Watson finding his stroke at the plate. Had 2 RBI yesterday. How about 2 more today? That ball goes opposite field. Found the alley in right center. It's a triple for Watson. Seabass on at third. Scoring was Eli Jacobs from first, running for Knox Hubbard, and Silas Kincaid easily scored from third. First pitch, strike one against Carson Dunn, who will dig in. Dunn also with a hit yesterday, one of 5 hits on the day for Roseburg. He was 1 for 2 with an RBI. That ball off the glove for the catcher. Miller coming in. Watson slides in. No tag by Eli Bro. And Roseburg takes a 3-0 lead here in the second inning. That ball popped out of the glove by the catcher, Braden Miller. That'll be a pass ball that allows Watson to score from third. And Roseburg, with 2 hits, 2 extra base hits here in the second, they take the 3-0 lead. A ground ball to third, booted by Malman, and Dunn will get on safely. Ground ball, that one right at Malman at third, right off the end of his glove. So Tyler Malman had the inning-ending ground ball right to him and could not finish off the play. Things will continue back to the top of the lineup. First pitch fouled away for Logan Klopfenstein. Klopp drew a walk in the first inning. Up to bat for a second time in his mini innings. An 0-1 count as they wait for Austin Takahashi to return back to the on-deck circle. Pickoff throw to first, Dunn back in ahead of a tag. So the bottom of the lineup continues to help out Roseburg as they did yesterday. Bro's 0-1 pitch to Klopp outside in the dirt, knocked down this time by Braden Miller. That'll hold Dunn at first. Yesterday, Roseburg was hitless through the first 4 innings of the game against West Salem. They did lead 2-0. They didn't need a hit to get a couple of runs across, but they were hitless through the first 3 innings and then finally got a hit on the board in the 4th. As here's the first hit of the day for Logan Klopfenstein. Sneaks one underneath the glove for first baseman Zach Bassler. And Klopfenstein keeps the hit train going here in the second for the Tribe. Carson Dunn will go first to third with 2 outs. He was running on contact. And Roseburg once again will have runners on the corners. 2 down, though, for Century. So they will try to see if they can get out of it here. They should have on the ground ball by Carson Dunn. But the error allowed the inning to continue. And now Austin Takahashi will try to make him pay. See if he can help his own cause. Takahashi now with a 3-run lead to work with. Pitch in the dirt. And Klopfenstein will head down to second, no problem out behind the plate. Miller did everything he could to make sure that ball didn't get by, but I think he may have had a momentary lapse of memory, forgetting that Klopfenstein was on first base, and with the ball in the dirt, Klopp easily taking second base. Ground ball hit hard to Bassler at first, and he will not make the play cleanly to the bag. Bobbled the ground ball on the hit by Takahashi. It'll be an error at first base. Coming in to score is Carson Dunn to make it 4-0. Roseburg. Klopfenstein goes to third. Takahashi on at first.
Now running at first.
And Roseburg able to put up a crooked number here in the second inning, and a visit out to the mound here for the Century coaching staff. So 4-0 score here in the bottom of the second inning. At third base, Logan Klopfenstein after he reached on a single. Austin Takahashi reaching on an error at first base. And a courtesy runner in for the pitcher this time, I believe. That might be Zymet this time running.
Next batter, number 9, Dawson Gillespie.
Dawson Gillespie will bat. Dawson struck out in the first inning to end things. Not a 1-2-3 inning, but 3 up, 3 down for Roseburg in the first. They've extended things here in the second against Eli Bro. It does look like it is Griff Zimet out there at first base. Yep. So a courtesy runner for the pitcher this time around for Roseburg. The 1-0 offering to Gillespie. Check swing, could not hold it back. Goes around for strike one. Eli Bro facing his 9th hitter in the second inning. Roseburg on top 4-0. Swing and a miss on the 1-1 breaking ball. Low and outside to Gillespie there. At third base, Klopfenstein. Griff Zimet out at first. I like that name, Griff. I don't know if he likes being called Griff or not, but I like it. He takes off at first. Turn around and no throw. On the mound, Eli Bro. He faked as if he was going to throw to second to try and get Zimet. Then looked back, Klopfenstein at third, and never threw the ball anywhere. And Zimet kind of hesitated in between first and second, then just takes second base. So a steal for Zimet. Puts two in scoring position. A 1-2 pitch, low and outside. Count goes to 2-2 against Gillespie with 2 outs and 2 on in scoring position for Roseburg here in the bottom of the second. Bro on the mound. Deep breath, kicks and fires the righty, misses outside with the breaking ball. And the count goes full. So far you've had 3 hits and 2 errors here in the second inning for the Jaguars. 3 hits for Roseburg, 2 errors for the Jaguars. 3-2 pitch. Gillespie takes strike 3 on the outer half, and he goes down looking. So that'll finish things off. 9 hitters to the plate for Roseburg. And they put 4 runs on the board. 4 runs on 3 hits, 2 errors, and 2 men left on base. A 4-0 lead for the Tribe as we go to the top of the third on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Back here to start the third inning, leading things off for the Century Jaguars is Zach Bassler, and he grounds one to third baseman Jordan White. White playing this one off a high hop, throws to first, and it's low, gets by Evan Corbin, and that will be an error on the throw by Jordan White to get the first base runner on for the Century Jaguars. Roseburg leads 4-0 as we welcome you back here to Champion Car Wash Field. 1-0 count for Joey Genduso, the right fielder. Hitting for the first time as the 7-8-9 hitters come up here against Austin Takahashi. The 1-0 pitch is fouled away. I think that one catches the umpire on his shoulder pads. Austin Takahashi is an extremely fast worker in between innings, and he is making life a little interesting for the radio guy trying to keep up with things here in between frames with our 60-second breaks in between the half innings. Breaking ball hits the top end of the zone for Takahashi and gives him a 1-2 count against Genduso. The 1-2 pitch got him to swing at it and foul it off. Genduso just staying alive. Takahashi came into today's game. He had made 2 starts. This will be his third. He's got a 2-1 record. Came in with 9 innings worked, a 2.33 ERA, 12 strikeouts, just 2 walks. Gets another fly ball, foul territory down the right field side and out of play as Genduso will stay alive at the dish. His Jaguars team trailing 4-0 here on a bit of a cool day in the Umpqua Basin. The 1-2 swung on and missed. I think actually might have been foul tipped into the glove, but it's a strikeout either way. Genduso goes down. Second strikeout of the game for Austin Takahashi. And all Roseburg pitching strikeouts are brought to you by One Peak Medical. And we appreciate their sponsorship of Roseburg High Sports here on the radio. First pitch, strike one for Tyler Mallman, the third baseman. 0-1 count. That ball slapped foul, heads over the top of the bullpen for the Jaguars for strike two. We have not seen any action in the bullpen for Century after Eli Bro struggled a bit there in the second inning. We'll see if he stays in this contest. The 0-2 pitch, slapped right side. That'll get in for a base hit. Tyler Mallman just looking for a defensive swing there. Slaps that one to right field, and that's your first base hit for the Jaguars against Austin Takahashi. A line drive goes by Evan Corbin at first. Bassler will move up to second base.
Top of the order now for Century, number 9, Levi Hayes.
First pitch, strike one for Levi Hayes. The top of the order back up here for Austin Takahashi. Runners at first and second. Ground ball to Gillespie. Flips to Watson. The throw to first. The relay in time. 6-4-3 double play to finish things off here in the third. Gillespie gets it to Watson to retire Mallman at second. And then out at first is Hayes on the 6-4-3 putout. That'll wrap things up in the top of the third inning for Century. No runs on one hit, one error for Roseburg, and there was one man left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the third inning. Roseburg leading 4-0 on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Bottom of the third inning, a 4-0 lead for Roseburg as they come up to bat with Silas Kincaid leading off for a second consecutive inning. Roseburg sent 9 hitters to the plate in the second against Eli Bro. Eli Bro still out there working for the Jaguars, and he works in a first pitch breaking ball for a strike against Kincaid. Just outside for a 1-1 count. Roseburg baseball here on the score brought to you by Dr. Lance and Randall, open and accepting new patients. So call them at 541-378-6694. Need to remove the open part. That was back during the pandemic when a lot of businesses were closing down, and we wanted to make sure people knew they were open, and now they still are. And you can go and visit Dr. Lance and Randall. You might give them a call first. They might like to put you on the books beforehand. 541-378-6694. I'm Joey Kieran here hanging out with you from Champion Car Wash Field on a cool Wednesday in the Umpqua Basin. A strike evens up the count at 2-2 for Silas Kincaid. It looked like we hit maybe 60 degrees today in Roseburg, but at 57 right now, I do have the heater on in the booth because it's a little chilly out here today. The 2-2. Ground ball, third base side for Kincaid. Routine ball there from Malman, and he does get it across the diamond just ahead of Silas Kincaid for the out to lead things off here in the bottom of the third inning. 5-3 put out there. Before we get to Dominic Titone at the plate, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg Baseball on the Score.
Next batter, number 3, Dominic Titone.
Dominic Titone will take high and away for ball 1 against Eli Bro. Last at-bat for Dom. He laid down a sac bunt in the second inning. That helped get Silas Kincaid to third base. Kincaid was the first run of the game for Roseburg after his double in the second. Dom takes outside. Yesterday, Dominic had a great day on the mound. He took a no-hitter into the 6th inning. Pitched 5 1/3 innings, no-hit baseball. Unfortunately, some things kind of fell apart a little bit for him after he gave up his first hit there in that 6th inning, but Parker Burke came on and helped close the door for Roseburg against West Salem, and they got the 4-2 victory yesterday. 2-1 pitch. Dom fouls it away, stays at the plate. He's got the 2-2 count. We were getting told that we were having some possible audio issues maybe for those watching online, so not sure. Hopefully that's not the case. I haven't heard anybody mention that to us until somebody came up and let us know in the booth here that somebody was reporting that. So (3-2) pitch outside for ball 4, and Dom will draw a 1-out walk. Gets on base for the first time. That is the make it third walk of the game issued.
Next batter, number 11,
by
Jordan
Eli
White.
Bro. 1 on, 1 out. Jordan White. First pitch to Jordan White is popped up foul and out of play for strike 1. White struck out in the second inning. Jordan mentioned before that he'd had some limited plate appearances, had 11 at-bats coming into today. In his now 12 at-bats, he's got 4 strikeouts. He's got an 0-2 count against him, trying to catch up here against Eli Bro. Pitch is high for a 1-2 count. Now, I just pulled it up on my phone. Looks like the YouTube stream is working correctly, so that's at least good on our side. Hopefully those that were having an issue, they can figure that out. We want them to be able to hear the game. That's half the fun of being able to tune in and watch the game on our YouTube channel or streaming at 541radio.com as well. 2-2 count here for Jordan White. Dominic Titone takes off running from first. Strike 3 called against Jordan White. He goes down with a strikeout. That'll be strikeout number 4 on the day for Eli Bro. It's the second out here in the third. And it brings up Knox Hubbard with now a man at second base. Titone was taking second on the pitch, and he got in without a throw.
Number 4, Knox Hubbard.
So Dominic Titone at second base, 2 away. Knox Hubbard will bat. They're going to bring in the left fielder for Hubbard. That ball outside on the first offering. Last time up, Knox drew a walk with 2 outs. It was the start of a nice run for Roseburg. Got the next 5. Hubbard got on, and the next 4 hitters all reached base. As a throwback to second, not in time to get Dominic Titone. Want to say hello to somebody tuning in and joining us on the video stream from the other side of the country. Kind of cool. I want to say hi to Cameron and his wife watching from South Carolina today. The 1-0 pitch misses outside to Hubbard. 2 balls, no strikes to the lefty. Knox Hubbard got on with the walk. He does have a 3-game hit streak going right now. One of 3 Docks players, or excuse me, not Docks, that's going to come up over the summer. One of 3 Roseburg players with a bit of a hit streak going of 3 games or more. 3-0 pitch. Hubbard trying to get on for a second straight time with a walk. He'll take the 3-0 right down the pipe for a strike. That's pretty customary there. Roseburg at the moment right on a 3-game win streak. First of the season for them. Eli Bro delivers the 3-1 to the plate. Hubbard takes outside for ball 4. He does get himself on for a second consecutive at-bat. And that is another walk for Bro, his 4th of the ball game. Courtesy runner will come in. That is Eli Jacobs that heads down there to first to run for the Indians. Sebastian Watson had the triple to right field his last time up, drove in 2 runs. That got Roseburg on the board. Watson yesterday driving in 2, keeps the good times rolling here today. That's 4 RBI in 4 at-bats, or 4 plate appearances, I should say, for Sebastian Watson. First pitch swinging, takes a big cut, but could not connect. They play him back a little bit. I was noticing they were coming in against Sebastian Watson. They've backed up just a bit on him here, although right field playing in a decent ways. Puts one in the air, up and out of play for strike 2. So Roseburg leading 4-0, trying to add to it here in the bottom of the 3rd. Out at second base, Dominic Titone after a 1-out walk. At first base, it's Eli Jacobs running for Knox Hubbard, who got there after a 2-out walk. Eli Bro on the 0-2 pitch to Watson, misses well outside. We did get some rain prior to today's ball game. Kind of came out of nowhere. I was headed north to run a couple errands before I got here to the stadium, and all of a sudden saw a lot of dark clouds coming our way. Strike 3 taken. Watson will go down with the punch out. That is the 5th strikeout of the game. That's been the one thing that's been the bright spot for Eli Bro on the mound. He has struck out 5, and that's limited some of the damage, but Roseburg still ahead 4-0 as we go to the top of the 4th on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I don't think you realize how much energy you've lost until you start the hormone replacement process.
Our energy really started to wane. We were both gaining weight. My sleep pattern got really messed up.
One Peak Medical changed our lives individually and as a couple.
We're just a lot happier because we feel better. We're not tired and run down, and it just makes our lives easier and happier.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up.
Back in. And Roselle will move up to third, so the throw from left field by Dominic Titone got away. And having to back up the play was Evan Corbin. So Roselle gets a double to lead things off here in the top of the 4th inning.
Number 3, Eli Bro.
Down that left field side, then he moves up to third base on an error. That'll be the 2nd error of the game for Roseburg. That brings up Eli Bro, the pitcher. a chance to help himself out and break the goose egg for Century. Roseburg leading 4-0. Austin Takahashi on the mound. A fastball hits the outside corner to even up the count. 1-1 in the fourth. Bro grounded out to the pitcher in the first inning. The 1-1. Breaking ball hits the outside corner for strike two. Nico Roselle, looks like he's going to be heading to Pacific University. NCAA Division III baseball there. So 1-2 pitch fouled off the top of the face mask for Knox Hubbard. Nico Roselle, a name that fans of Legion baseball might remember. He's been playing with the Portland Barbers, the Post 6 Barbers, for a long while, and has been here at Champion Car Wash Field in the past, playing for the Barbers. And he is going to be headed to Pacific, it sounds like, to continue education and baseball. The 2-2 now to Eli Bro, the sophomore, chasing the high heat, goes down swinging on another strikeout for Austin Takahashi. Third of the game for Takahashi. First out in the top of the fourth for the Jaguars. That brings up Braden Miller. Flew out to left field to start things in the second inning. Was told that Nico, also a valedictorian, I believe. Smart kid is whether he's a valedictorian or not, he's a smart kid is what I was told. And if he's going to Pacific, that seems to track pretty well there. Miller swings and misses at the first pitch from Takahashi. Goes after some high heat. That was a really nice pitch there. Location and pitch selection by Takahashi. Went into a bit of a quick pitch and got the fastball high and in. Enticing pitch for the hitter, but a hard one to catch up on. A ball right side, and it gets into right field. The run will score for the Jaguars, trying to play that on a backhand. Evan Corbin couldn't make the play, and I don't know if he would have had much of a chance to get an out at first either way. High bounding ground ball took Corbin a long way away from the bag. And he made just a swipe at that one, trying to make the play at first, and he could not. They put it as an error up on the scoreboard, and I think I'm inclined to agree with him there. So Braden Miller drives in a run on the ground ball error to first base. It's a 4-1 ball game. Roseburg in front as Century gets on the board. Ball slapped foul down the right field side. Evens up the count 1-1 here for Jalen Ellis, who flew out to center field his first time up. So Nico Roselle leads off with a double, advanced to third on an error, and then comes in to score on an error. Roseburg with 2 in the inning, 3 in the game. The 1-1 to Ellis, swung on and missed for strike two. No action in either bullpen at the moment. Still a comfortable lead at 3 runs for Roseburg. As a back pick down to first, swing and a miss for the strikeout, throw him out, and that'll do the inning. That is a big way to finish things off. Jalen Ellis strikes out at home on a swing and a miss, and out at first base, Braden Miller goes down. Looked like they might have had a hit and run attempt expected there, and Ellis did not make contact. That left Miller hanging out to dry at first. So the top of the fourth inning comes to a close. Roseburg gives up 1 run, but that's it. 1 run on 1 hit, 2 errors for the Tribe, and nobody left on base. Bottom of the fourth, Roseburg leading by 3 here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
be number 1, Carson Dunn.
Carson Dunn will lead things off for Roseburg as we begin the bottom of the 4th inning. Roseburg on top 4-0. First pitch from Eli Bro misses low and outside. Today's game brought to you by Seven Feathers Truck and Travel. Join the winning team at Seven Feathers. Several positions are open with starting wages at $6.25 an hour. Apply at i5exit99.com. That's i5exit99.com. 2-0 pitch to Dunn is high. Count goes to 3-0. It looks like, yeah, it did. I think it's starting to drizzle just a little bit. It's kind of deceiving looking out there right now. 3-0 pitch misses low, and that's ball 4. A walk to Carson Dunn. He's on base for a second time in the ball game. Reached on an error in the 2nd inning. And that is walk number 5 on the day for Eli Bro. A little bit of a drizzle it looked like coming down, I think. Out in the distance, you see blue sky and clouds, but I think we might have a bit of a darker cloud hanging over us. Yeah. My eyes might be deceiving me a little bit. If it is drizzling, it's not very heavy at the moment. Up to bat, top of the order, Logan Klopfenstein takes a strike on the first pitch from Bro. Klopfenstein 1 for 1 in the game. A single his last time up, sharply down the right field side, past the diving first baseman. Pickoff throw, Dunn back in safely. Today's ball game also sponsored by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? The 0-1 pitch here. Klopfenstein shows bunt, pulls it back, throw down to first. Feet first slide, and safely goes Dunn. Don't see guys sliding feet first all that often anymore. Everybody likes to go in head first. The 1-1. Again, Klopfenstein showing a bunt, pulls it back as the pitch comes in high. Behind the plate, Braden Miller thinking about throwing down to first, but does not. Got some action in Roseburg's bullpen. Jordan White out there throwing as a ground ball left side. Gets through the gap at short. Dunn will make it into second base. Klopfenstein has his second hit of the ball game. First and second for Roseburg with nobody out. Out at shortstop, Nico Roselle was playing the hugging second base there, playing up the middle for the chance at the double play ball and obviously to cover the bag in case Dunn decided to take off. And Klopfenstein found that wide spot there between second and third and snuck it right on through. Squaring to bunt, Takahashi puts it down. It goes back to the mound. Nobody covering third, nobody covering first. The throw goes off the glove for the second baseman into right field. Dunn will score. Klopfenstein will hold at third as the throw goes all the way to the plate. Roseburg tacks on a run to make it 5-1. Nobody out still. Austin Takahashi going to reach. That's an interesting scenario. It was going to be a sacrifice bunt, which wouldn't count against his batting average, but he reaches on a throwing error. So then that does count against his batting average. Can you get his error and a sacrifice in the same at-bat? This game never fails to bring me up with something I'm not sure exactly how you score it. Never fails. Eli Bro fires a first pitch strike against Dawson Gillespie, the one guy in the lineup that's, well, a couple of guys in the lineup have struggled a bit. Jordan White and Dawson Gillespie, the two guys with 2 strikeouts in their 2 at-bats so far. Gillespie going to try and turn things around here with runners on the corners. Fouls one down the third base side for an 0-2 count. Nobody out. 1 run in so far. That was Carson Dunn scoring. To bring in Griffin Zymet to run at first for Takahashi. Gillespie, line drive, Off the glove for Nico Rosell, and on safely will be Gillespie. A diving attempt back to his left by Nico Rosell. He was running over to cover the bag as Zimet was running. A line drive shot went right to shortstop. He dove back to his, it'd be his right side actually, not his left. Dove back to his right.
16,
that ball was
Silas
in and out of
Kincaid.
his glove, could not squeeze it. And it looks like we're going to put that one down as a base hit, I think. Yep. Second hit of the game, or the inning, I should say, for Roseburg. 5 total in the ball game. First pitch misses, ball 1. Bases loaded with nobody out. Up to bat, Silas Kincaid with a double back in the second. Fouls one off. So a single there for Dawson Gillespie gets him in the hit column. I think I agree. The shortstop making a great play to get back to the ball there for Nico Rosell, but tough play to make, and can't fault him for not making the play when he got to a baseball that some guys may not have gotten back to. Pitch outside, 2 balls and a strike to Kincaid. So 2 hits, 2 errors, and a walk here in the 4th inning. And Roseburg has added 1 run, lead 5-1. Outside, count goes to 3-1. Eli Bro trying to get through the 4th inning. 3-1. That's high, and that'll bring in a run. RBI here for Silas Kincaid. The DH will walk. That has been the bugaboo for Bro today on the mound. The sophomore has 6 walks issued, and this one costly as it brings in Logan Klopfenstein. Klopfenstein scores. It's Griff Zimet running for Takahashi, moves to third. Dawson Gillespie goes to second. Kincaid on at first, and a visit out to the mound as Roseburg has 2 runs in the 4th inning for a 6-1 advantage. Nobody out, bases still loaded for the Tribe. While we've got a break in the action, we'll let you know today's game brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. Also today, sponsoring the game, Roseburg Honda. Buying a car can be a hassle, but at Roseburg Honda, it's different. Customer satisfaction is their highest priority. Visit Roseburg Honda, where they treat you like family because they are family. Dominic Titone, the left fielder, 0 for 1. Actually, sorry, make that 0 for 0 in this game. A sac bunt and a walk for him. Titone trying to stretch a 4-game hit streak. Trying to come up with a big spot here. Nobody out, bases loaded. Takes low for ball 1. Speaking of Roseburg Honda, I want to say thanks to them again for their sponsorship of our bracket challenge this year. The 1-0 pitch to Titone, right side. Second baseman up with it. Throw goes to the plate. They'll get the force out there. The throw down to first will not be in time for the double play. So a fielder's choice for Dominic Titone gets on base. At second base, Levi Hayes makes the right play going to the plate to retire Griffin Zimet. 4-2 the put out, 1 away. Bases still loaded, but no run scores on that ball in play. And that looks like it's going to do it here for Eli Bro. We'll get a call to the pen. And a new man on the mound for the Century Jaguars. We'll go ahead and take a 60-second break. 60-second break, and we'll be back with more of the action here in the bottom of the 4th. Roseburg leading 6-1 over Century on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza. Made with only the freshest and finest ingredients. Dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, Get 16 mini churs for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
I am a nurse.
A firefighter.
A college student.
A mother.
And I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready.
For every storm.
And disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors.
My family.
And my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
From Champion Car Wash Field, I'm Joey Kieran, hanging out with you here, bringing you Roseburg High baseball. Don't forget, coming up tonight, once we get done with Roseburg baseball, we will go to coverage of Portland Trailblazers basketball. It's a triple header today here on The Score. We started out with Oregon State baseball, who once again found a way to make things interesting against Nevada. Oregon State had an extra inning win yesterday against the Wolfpack. Today they gave up a lead in the 8th inning and had to rally back in the 9th for a win over Nevada. So a couple of wins for the Beavers down in Reno, but they had to work for them. So that started out our triple header here today on The Score, and then we've got this game, and we wrap it up with Blazers basketball tonight. CJ McCollum returning back to the Moda Center in Portland after getting traded away to the New Orleans Pelicans. They'll tip off at 7 o'clock tonight. We should get you there in time for a little bit of the pregame show and then the opening tip-off. Phil Curry is going to take over on the mound for Eli Bro. I believe Bro stays in the game and goes to third base, it looks like. That is the case. So Tyler Mallman no longer at third. It's the first pitch swinging for Jordan White. Sends it in the air to left field. Tagging, heading to the plate. The run will score as it's airmailed from left field. Coming in to score is Dawson Gillespie. And Roseburg will add another run on a sac fly by Jordan White. 2 down. 7-1. Roseburg in front. Both runners tag in advance behind Dawson Gillespie, who came in to score. So Silas Kincaid gets to third. Dominic Tatone to second. 2 away, runners at second and third, and Roseburg leading by 6. Phil Curry, a lefty on the mound, facing Knox Hubbard. Knox will take the first pitch for strike 1. Curry, a sophomore as well. We saw sophomore Eli Bro starting the game, and now bringing another underclassman for the Jaguars. Reaches back and fires in. They've got him listed at 5'11" on the roster. That feels like a little bit generous for Phil Curry. Did I read that right? Yeah, they got him listed at 5'11". The 1-1. Breaking ball stays up and inside against Knox Hubbard, who has drawn walks in both of his at-bats so far today. Kincaid at third, Tatone at second with 2 down. In the bottom of the 4th, pitch outside, 3-1. Roseburg with 3 runs in here in the 4th inning after scoring 4 back in the 2nd for a 7-1 advantage. (3-1) here for Phil Curry, the reliever. And Hubbard fouls it off. Full count with 2 outs. Nobody on first, so the runners at second and third, not necessarily going anywhere on the pitch to the plate. The lefty Curry sets. The 3-2 pitch outside for ball 4. Bounces off the glove from Miller up the third base line. That does not give any of the runners a chance to move up. So Hubbard draws his 3rd walk of the ball game. And that is the first for Phil Curry. Eli Bro out of the game at third base now. He pitched 3 1/3 innings. Gave up 5 hits. Right now is credited with the 7 runs, although not all of them are earned runs. 6 walks, 5 strikeouts for him in that 3 1/3 inning. He is on the hook for the loss at the moment. Up to bat, Sebastian Watson takes high and away for ball 1. Bases loaded with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Roseburg leading by 6. Today's game brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Contact their travel experts for your travel plans. Located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue. Call them at 672-5701. 1-0 pitch is grounded foul down the third base side. Quiet day today for Southwest Conference teams. Roseburg in action in a non-conference game. And South Eugene is on the road at Summit today for a non-conference matchup. Those are the only Southwest Conference teams in action today. Strike taken. A 1-2 count here for Watson. Right now, South Medford is having the best non-conference portion of the season in the Southwest Conference at 4-0 to start out the year. The 1-2 pitch here to Watson. Breaking ball misses a bit too far inside for the lefty. Firing in against the righty. That one cutting across the plate, but ends up too far inside and missing the strike zone there. 2-2 pitch. High and away. The count goes full. A walk would bring in a run here for Sebastian Watson. Watson 1 for 2 on the day with a triple and 2 RBI. A run scored as well. Did strike out looking against Eli Bro in the third. But Bro now out of the game, playing third base. On the mound, Phil Curry, the lefty, the 3-2 pitch. Runners all moving. Ground ball, fought it off the hands. Bro in front of it at third. His rifle across the diamond will get Sebastian Watson for the final out. Roseburg, for a second time in the ballgame, sends 9 hitters to the plate. This time around, they score 3 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 error for the Jaguars, and Roseburg leaves 3 men on base. They lead it 7-1 as we go to the top of the 5th inning on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My name's Chris. 2016, I got lymphoma stage 3 cancer and went through radiation for 6 months. I was exhausted all the time, and that's when I found One Peak Medical. My family life got better because I was more attentive and more energy. Because of One Peak Medical, I'm back doing everything I love to do.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Top of the 5th inning. Austin Takahashi continues to work quickly on the mound. A 2-1 count here for the leadoff man, Sam Thomas. The left-handed batter will take for a 3-1 count. Thomas struck out looking in the 2nd inning. Just his second at-bat of the ball game. 3-1 pitch, line drive to center field, gets in for a base knock to lead off things in the 5th inning for the Century Jaguars. Joey Kirian here with you. Today's game brought to you by Fisher's Hearth & Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. So leadoff man gets on base for the Century Jaguars, and they'll bring in a new man to run for the DH. That'll be Sergio Osaria that'll run. So pinch runner for the DH after a leadoff single. 1 on, nobody out as the sun is back out, shining through down onto Champion Car Wash Field. The all-artificial turf playing surface here in Roseburg at Bill Gray Legion Stadium. Shadows starting to creep out of the left field corner, but nothing really out there in the playing field all that much. 320 down the lines here at Champion Car Wash Field. Everything is artificial turf. The base pass, home, the mound, everything behind home in foul territory. Out in the outfield, it's all artificial turf. It's a strike taken for Zach Bassler The first baseman reached on an error in the third. The 0-1 to Bassler. Strike two taken. Throw down to first base. Not going to be in time to Evan Corbin. Back in safely goes Asaria. 385 to dead center field on the new outfield fence out there. The 0-2 pitch. That one going right field. Sunfield out there for Kloffenstein, but he knows how to handle it. Will make the catch to retire Bassler. The Sunfield always difficult when the conditions are like they are right now, where the sun is just beaming in later in the evening. Joey Genduso swings at the first pitch, fouls it away for strike one. The right fielder struck out in the third. Shadows will continue to creep from left to right across the diamond. As the ball popped up in the air again, right field. This one looks like it will cross into foul territory, but able to track it down. Kloffenstein again fighting the sun out there. Makes another catch for the second out. Back-to-back putouts in right field for the Indians. Two away with the man on at first. And up to bat will be Tyler Mallman, who does apparently stay in the game. No longer playing third base. We'll have to see if we can track him down when the defense heads back out for Century coming up in the bottom of the fifth. Fouls off the first pitch for strike one. Another ball right side. This one's not going to make it to the outfield. Instead, it'll be first baseman Evan Corbin that tracks it down in foul territory. And a foul out there from Allman to finish it off. The leadoff single for Sam Thomas goes for naught for the Century Jaguars. No runs on one hit, no errors, one man left on base. They trail 7-1 as we go to the bottom of the fifth on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Bottom of the fifth inning, Roseburg up by 6 over Century. And a non-conference matchup here at Champion Car Wash Field. Roseburg will be back at Champion Car Wash Field coming up on Saturday for a single non-conference game against Summit at noon. Starting things off here in the fifth inning for Roseburg, it's Carson Dunn that leads off the inning for a second consecutive frame. He walked in the fourth, came around to score in that fourth inning for the Tribe. Fouled off the first offering from Phil Curry. Second pitch, this time he pulls it down the third base side. That goes to Eli Bro. His throw is low, gets by the first baseman. Bassler is going to chase it to the chain link fence, and Carson Dunn is on with an error and all the way to second base. So that'll be an error, throwing error. It's not been a clean game by both sides. 7 errors total in this matchup. Two-base error there for the Jaguars. Carson Dunn out at second base. Roseburg would need 4 runs to try and end this one early. That would be a big task here, but we'll see what happens. First pitch misses inside, ball 1 against Logan Kloffenstein, who's had a great day at the plate. 2 for 2 with a pair of singles and a walk. He scored a run, been on base all 3 times. Going to try and keep that streak going as he takes low for a 2-0 count. 2-0 pitch takes outside for a 3-0 count. Logan Klopfenstein today raising his average to 231 with his couple of hits. Trying to get something going for him. The 3-0 pitch does take for a strike. Broadcasting Roseburg High Sports here on The Score this season, brought to you by Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning. Get 0% financing for 72 months on approved credit now at Mahalo Heating and Air. 3-1 pitch is bounced over the mound, charging in. Nico Rosell on the run, will not beat out. Logan Klopfenstein at first, he could not believe it. So Klopfenstein, 3 hits on the day, beats out an infield single. That one, a couple of high bounces on the infield, giving him time to get down the line, and he legs it out. Puts runners on the corners as Carson Dunn moved up 90 feet. Another hit for Roseburg in the contest, up to 6 in this one. Austin Takahashi batting, the lefty. We'll wait on the first pitch from Phil Curry, the lefty on the mound, as he fires over to check on Logan Klopfenstein. I've always wondered, Klopfenstein, a left-handed pitcher and thrower overall. I mean, that would make sense, right? Always wondered if lefties pick up the pickoff motion from other lefties easier than maybe a right-handed thrower. There's a ball fouled off by Takahashi. Klopfenstein obviously has practiced his own left-handed pickoff moves from the mound. Does he see it a little bit better from a lefty out there as Curry delivers? Takahashi fouls it to the parking lot for strike 2. I'll say I'll have to ask Klopfenstein about it, but likely I'll forget that I even had this thought by the time the game wraps up. And I head on down there to talk to some of the players and coaches after the contest. The throw goes to first. I find it amazing how much faster I pick up the pickoff throws from watching up here in the booth than I probably did when I was playing the game. The 0-2 pitch delivered to the plate. Takahashi grounds it to short, sliding on his knees. Rosell gets it to second base for 1 out. The throw to first not going to be in time to get Takahashi, so they retire Klopfenstein at second for the first out of the 5th for the Jaguars. Carson Dunn comes in to score after reaching on the error, and Takahashi gets on base with a fielder's choice.
To run at first base, the batter, number 9.
Sliding to his right there, Nico Rosell making a nice job on the ball at shortstop. Got it to Hayes at second, but the relay throw just not in time and ended up bouncing in and bouncing away from Zach Bassler. First pitch, swing and a miss on the breaking ball to Dawson Gillespie. Gillespie reaching on a single in the 4th. Hard hit ball, diving attempt by Nico Rosell to make the catch on the line drive at short, but he was just a little out of position covering the bag at second, and so could not squeeze it, and Gillespie got on with the hit. He'll ground one third base side this time, just foul. An 0-2 count for Dawson Gillespie, who is 1 for 3 in the game with a pair of strikeouts. Roseburg with 1 run in here in the 5th inning for an 8-1 lead. With just 1 out and a man on at first, Gillespie waits, takes a breaking ball low. Dawson. Now, let's see here. Where is he on the sheet? A 1-2 pitch, grounded to third. Eli Bro in front of it, sends it to second for the first out. The relay not in time. Again, they'll get the lead runner. Dawson Gillespie was hitting .286 coming into that at-bat. So Roseburg still with a runner on at first. Out at second base is Takahashi. I believe running for him was Eli Jacobs, or Griffin Zymet, excuse me. Zymet forced out at second on the 5-4 put out. 2 away, Gillespie on at first. The first pitch fouled up and unable to get to it in time. Zach Bassler, that one just out of his reach there at first base. Silas Kincaid, 1 for 2 on the day. His double back in the second is only hit, but he did have a bases-loaded walk to drive in a run in the fourth. 0-1 pitch to him from the lefty. Phil Curry is high, 1-1 count. So after today, Roseburg will have a couple of days off before they are back to action, and they've got 2 more non-conference games prior to their first Southwest Conference game of the season. Runner going, the pitch in for a strike and into second safely. Does go Dawson Gillespie. So a strike on Kincaid, but a stolen base for Dawson. And Roseburg a man in scoring position. Silas Kincaid trying to drive in another one here. Fouls that back to the netting. Appreciate everybody tuning in, watching the broadcast, streaming live on our YouTube channel and on 541radio.com. Great that so many people able to find those. Hopefully we have a few fans from the Hillsboro area for Century, able to find the broadcast, maybe not able to make the trip down here. Would have been an early departure time for any Jaguars fans trying to make their way down here to Roseburg. Swing and a foul tip staying alive at the plate. Silas Kincaid will have another chance. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 away. Runners at first and second. Excuse me, just second base. Only one man on base right now. The 1-2. Now there's runners at first. I was thinking to myself after I said it, because it felt a little silly that I did say it, knowing very well there was only one runner on base. But after I said it, I thought to myself, well, wouldn't it be funny if somehow now Silas Kincaid gets on first base and then I'm correct and I just looked like I was some sort of Nostradamus here in the booth? Well, it happened. Hit by pitch. Phil Curry beaning Silas Kincaid puts him on. And now there are runners at first and second. Curry delivers against Dominic Titone, misses outside for ball 1. Dominic Titone is 0 for 1 in the ballgame, reached on a fielder's choice in the fourth. Also a walk and a sac bunt for him today. Curry's 1-0 delivery is high. 2-0 count. We did see Jordan White throwing early for Roseburg in the bullpen. Nobody throwing lately for Century. Phil Curry, the second man on the bump for the Jaguars. Two-0 pitch. Low and outside to Dominic. Roseburg mentioned they've got 2 more games, non-conference games, before they begin Southwest Conference play. They will be hosting North Medford to begin conference play. I believe a doubleheader next Saturday, a week from this weekend. Pitch goes behind the head of Dominic Titone for ball 4. And that is a walk issued to Dom, his second of the game. For a third time he's on base, and now the bases are loaded for sophomore Phil Curry.
Next batter, number 11, Jordan White.
There is, as I was talking about it, they did send some players out to the bullpen for Century. Looks like it might be another lefty out there, and now comes a visit to the mound for the Jaguars. Bases loaded with 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th. 1 run in so far for Roseburg. 4 in the second. 3 in the 4th. 1 here in the 5th. They lead 8-1. Century scoring their only run of the game in the 4th after a leadoff double by Nico Roselle. Today's broadcast sponsored by Good Vibration Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. Brief visit to the mound for the Jaguars coaching staff, as head coach Mason Wright heads down to the bullpen to check on the guy thrown out there. Looked like a kind of a short bench for the Jaguars today. In fact, I think with the 3 guys in the bullpen, a catcher, a pitcher, and then somebody out there kind of protecting from any foul balls, I think that is the entire bench. I don't think they've got any players left in the dugout. Curry will face Jordan White here and misses high for ball 1. Jordan White drove in a run with a sac fly to left field in the 4th inning. But he also has 2 strikeouts on the day. He was the first batter to face Phil Curry, who came in for Eli Bro. Curry gets a strike across against White to even up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sun again dousing the field, creating a few shadows out in left as a ball in the air. This could be the end of the 5th for Roseburg. Tracking to his left, underneath it, Jalen Ellis for the out. So Jordan White almost a chance to try and bring in a run, but he can't quite get that one down in the outfield. 7 hitters to the plate for Roseburg. They score 1 in the 5th, lead 8-1 as we go to the top of the 6th inning here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Top of the order, leading things off for the Century Jaguars. Austin Takahashi still throwing for Roseburg. It is Levi Hayes leading things off. A 1-1 count to him. Off the end of the bag, grounds it to short, deep in the hole. Gillespie throw to first, the stretch by Corbin. He is unable to stay on the bag. I'm not sure if the throw was going to beat him anyway. It's going to be a bang-bang play at first base. And that'll be a base knock there for Levi Hayes. Long throw to make.
Next batter, number 24, Nico Roselle.
And on the run across the body, that's a tough one there for Dawson Gillespie, and he almost got it. Nico Roselle will bat with 1 on and nobody out. He takes the first pitch for ball 1. In for a strike, 1-1 count. Roselle had the double to left field. Takahashi gets him to foul one down the first base side. Roselle, a left-handed batter. Part of me wonders, Nico Roselle, he's been here before, played in this ballpark before. He's got the 1-2 count. Does that make a difference for some of these teams that don't get a chance to play here? As an inside pitch gets by Knox Hubbard and into second base does go Levi Hayes. A 2-2 count for Roselle. So, it's a nice ballpark, and you don't get to play in ones like this every day. There's a ground ball to short. Dawson Gillespie, easier time with this one. There's that one, a routine ground ball up the middle for Roselle. He grounds out 6-3. But after the pass ball, Levi Hayes able to move up to third base on the ground out.
Number 3, Eli Bro.
1 away with a man at third now for the Jaguars, and Eli Bro will bat, the third baseman. Hits with 1 out and 1 on in scoring position Fouls one out of play down the right field side, out of the stadium. You know, I grew up in the Portland area, played in the Mount Hood Conference up there, and there's some good stadiums. Century gets to play a lot of games at Ron Tonkin Field and some of the Hillsborough Stadium, some of the nice places up there. I think I've just repeated the two places that are the same. I think that's the same spot. But there's an 0-2 pitch here for Bro. Fouls it off to stay alive. So, you know, this team is probably used to playing into some of the nicer parks, not playing at necessarily your typical high school ball field, which there's some really nice high school ball fields out there, but Champion Car Wash has the feel of a bit of a minor league park, college ballpark. It's a pitch up in the zone, swung on and fouled away. Stays an 0-2 count here for Bro. So you think, you know, some of those teams that don't get a chance to play at fields like that too often, this can be kind of an awe-inspiring moment when you walk in. Strike three taken on the outside corner for Eli Bro, his second strikeout of the game. And for Austin Takahashi, that's his fifth strikeout of the contest. All strikeouts by Roseburg pitchers are brought to you by One Peak Medical.
Next batter, number 15, Braden Miller.
Braden Miller will bat. He is 0 for 2 in the game. Puts the barrel on the ball the first time and fouls it away down the right field side for strike one. So while Nico Rosell, he's got the experience playing here, I don't think that the rest of these guys on the field for Century probably overwhelmed by the moment of playing in a big stadium. Somewhat accustomed to it up there. We've played a couple of times up at Ron Tonkin Field for Roseburg through the years. That's a fun place to go play. The 0-2 pitch outside. 1-2 count for Braden Miller, the catcher. Man at third base with 2 outs is Levi Hayes. 8-1 ball game. Roseburg in front here in the top of the 6th inning. And that pitch bounces in for Takahashi. He evens up the count 2-2. Now as we get into Southwest Conference play, the other teams in the conference, they all know what it's like to come and play here at what was formerly Legion Field, now Champion Car Wash Field. Many of them have the experience, except for the Eugene schools. They haven't really been down here that much unless it was during the Legion season over the summer. 2-2 from Takahashi. Breaking ball, soft liner into left field. In for a base hit for Braden Miller. Drives in a run to make it 8-2. Roseburg still in front by a comfortable margin over Century. 2-out single to left field. First hit of the day for Braden Miller. Drives in one. First time scoring for Levi Hayes and his first time on base. One on, 2 away. Jalen Ellis will bat. 0 for 2 in the game for him. He takes on the outside just a bit too far out there for Takahashi. Misses for ball one. That one hits the outside corner a little more directly. 1-1 count. Today's game brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed, going down to a knee, and the follow-through there for Jalen Ellis. Another nice crowd out here for these midweek games here at Champion Car Wash Field. Good to see folks on out here helping cheer on the teams. The 1-2, trying to go upstairs again. That one to right field. Gets on quickly on Kloffenstein. He couldn't field it. That one gets away. Runners didn't realize it at first, and they will not get too much extra out of it. Only an extra base there. Braden Miller stalled out at second base. That slowed down Jalen Ellis. And so a single, but then a fielding error in right field for Kloffenstein. And that'll put runners at second and third with 2 outs. Tough one there. That ball caught in between, plus he was fighting the sun and a lot of things to work with out there for Logan Kloffenstein. And that ball hit hard right at him, tried to get it on a short hop, knocked it down, but it got away and he had to chase it. 2-0 count now for the new hitter after the DH came out of the game. Sam Thomas exit. Sergio Asaria is getting a chance to bat here with 2 outs and runners at second and third. .3-0 count. It's Takahashi. Can't find the strike zone against the new hitter. A walk would load him up. There is a strike across on the 3-0 pitch. Asaria will step out of the box, resets. Came on as a pinch runner for Sam Thomas in the 5th inning. The 3-1 pitch takes for strike 2, and the count goes full. At third base, Braden Miller. At second base, Jalen Ellis. 1 run in so far in the 6th. The 3-2 pitch swung on and missed. And Takahashi finishes it off with a strikeout. His 6th of the ball game, and it gets Roseburg out of the top of the 6th inning. 1 run in for Century on 2, make it 3 hits. There was 1 Roseburg error and 2 men left on base. We will head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Roseburg in front 8-2 on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I don't think you realize how much energy you've lost until you start the hormone replacement process.
Our energy really started to wane. We were both gaining weight. My sleep pattern got really messed up.
One Peak Medical changed our lives individually and as a couple.
We're just a lot happier because we feel better. We're not tired and run down, and it just makes our lives easier and happier.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda RC.
Bottom of the 6th inning. Today's game brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union. Belong to Douglas County.
Roseburg, number 4, Knox Hubbard.
Knox Hubbard will lead things off for Roseburg, leading 8-2. Phil Curry still on the mound for the Century Jaguars. He gets a swing and a foul tip from Knox Hubbard. Hubbard has been on base all 3 times today, and each time he has reached on a walk. The 0-1 pitch. Strike hits the outside corner with the breaking ball. Knox will wait as he hugs that inside corner on the left-handed batter's box. The lefty on the mound tries to work there. A tapper back to the bump and over to first base. Phil Curry will make the play for the out. 1-3 to put out to start things off here in the 6th inning. 1 away, and up the bat will be Sebastian Watson. Watson with a triple back in the 2nd inning to drive in 2 runs. That got Roseburg on the board to start out this ball game, leading by 6 at the moment here in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch, strike on the outside corner. Stick around for the postgame show when we will name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game for the Roseburg Indians. Sebastian Watson was in consideration yesterday. He's in again today as he pops one right field side. Joey Genduso will track that high fly ball for the 2nd out. 2 away. Carson Dunn will bat. He's been on base all 3 times, twice via error, once on a walk. And he'll get a quick meeting with assistant coach Tim Sester down the first base side, as Roseburg does have an arm warming up in their bullpen. Evan Corbin getting some throws in over there. Not sure if he'd be coming in for this game. And they might have been really the biggest thing I can think of with 2 outs and nobody on base. They might have been just trying to buy some time to get Corbin a chance to get loose a little bit more down there in the bullpen. Phil Curry's going to fire in. First pitch swing, and that ball hit That one, if not for an overhanging branch on the trees out beyond the right field fence, would have gotten out of the stadium in foul territory for Carson Dunn. He got behind that one. Going opposite field against Curry for strike one. Long foul ball. This time he pops this one straight up behind home, but it'll get out of play for strike two. Trying to double check here, see. Kind of looking like not many defensive changes, I don't believe, for this Century club. The 0-2. Ground ball right side in front of it. Hayes scoops it up. Fires to first for the out. 4-3 the put out. A quick and quiet inning there for Roseburg. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We'll go to the top of the seventh. Roseburg 3 outs away from a win against Century on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Roseburg will make a call to the pen here to begin the seventh inning. It'll be Evan Corbin to come in a non-save situation, taking over for Austin Takahashi. Takahashi finishes out the game. 6 innings work, gave up 6 hits, 2 runs, no walks, and 6 strikeouts on the day for Austin. In line to get, I believe, his 3rd win of the year. I'll double check on that here real quick. Yeah, it would be the 3rd win on the season for Takahashi if Evan Corbin can help close this one out. Again, this is a non-save situation for Evan Corbin. And he'll have a few days if he can have a quick outing here as he fires in the first pitch for strike one. It's Wednesday. Roseburg doesn't play again until Saturday, so he's got Thursday, Friday, and then the 3rd day of rest or of action. He would get a chance, I would assume, to come back with a full pitch count available to him on Saturday. I would assume he's going to be your starter Saturday against Summit. Just a thought. It's kind of what I would expect the rotation to look like, but not really sure. Corbin, the pitcher of the year last year for Roseburg, is a 0-2 pitch fouled off by Zach Bassler. Bassler, the first baseman, 0 for 2 in the ball game. He's got an 0-2 count against him here in the 7th, as Century needs 6 runs to stay in this game. The 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Strikeout for Corbin to start out his outing here. 7th strikeout for Roseburg's pitchers today against the Jaguars. 1 down, Joey Genduso will bat. 0 for 2 in the game with a strikeout for him. Takes low and outside for ball 1. Corbin, as a sophomore last year in that Southern Oregon Conference, kind of familiar for Roseburg fans. It's a pitch low. A lot of familiar teams when Roseburg was in the Southern Oregon Conference. Some of the 5A schools in Southern Oregon playing in that league last year during the kind of COVID-shortened years. A line drive back up the middle for Genduso, gets into center field. He's got a 1-out single. First hit of the day for him. 7th hit of the ball game for Century. So last year, Roseburg played only Southern Oregon teams, none of the Eugene teams that are normally in their conference. And last year as a sophomore, Corbin named the Conference Pitcher of the Year. Quite the honor for the sophomore there, and we're looking forward to big things for him as a junior this year. Gives up a single, though, with one out. Tyler Mallman will bat. He fouls off the first pitch for strike one from Corbin. Mallman is 1 for 2 on the day with a single to right field back in the third. He takes low. That was one of those seeing eye singles, I think they call them, where he just slapped at it and got lucky. It found an open spot to get through on the right side. This time gets a good swing on it, bounces it over Jordan White at third into left field. Roseburg's defense just could not make a play on that ball as Tyler Mallman got a little love from the artificial turf, which can be a little springy. That one bouncing over the top of Jordan White at third base and into left field. Ground ball chopper through the left side. Runners at first and second for Century.
Next batter, number 9, Levi Hayes.
A little bit of a rally here in the seventh for the Jaguars, but a little ways to go still. They'll look to the leadoff man, Levi Hayes, to try and keep things going, and he swings through the first pitch for strike one. Hayes had a single in his last at-bat. That came in the sixth inning, eventually came around to score. The 0-1 pitch, breaking ball for strike two. Righty versus lefty matchup here. Century coming off of a loss against Central Catholic in their last game on Monday, a 6-4 loss. Poked one left side, caught by Jordan White at third base for the out. So Levi Hayes will line out. Soft liner there. At first I thought I had a chance to carry. Griffin Zymet now playing in left field, by the way, as Dominic Titone moves to first as Evan Corbin goes to the mound. First pitch from Corbin to Nico Roselle. Misses outside for ball one. Righty versus lefty matchup with 2 outs, 2 runners on. Corbin trying to finish it off here. He's given up 2 hits in the seventh, but trying to make it a scoreless frame. Breaking ball drops in for strike one. The 1-1 pitch. That ball to right field, well struck. That's going to drive in some runs. That off the top of the fence out there for Roselle. He's got extra bases. 1 run comes in, and that is all. Holding Tyler Mallman at third. Coach Mason Wright will get 1 run out of the double by Nico Roselle. His second double of the ball game. Brings home 1 for the Jaguars. The lefty got around on that pitch big time, and 1 hop to the fence. Ground ball left side picked up by White, squares it up, throws to first, and it's there in time. That'll finish things off. An 8-3 victory for Roseburg as they will get the final out they needed. 3 hits and a run in the 7th inning for Century, but the rally not enough. They leave 2 men stranded on base as Eli Bro grounds out to finish off the ball game. Final again, 8-3. Roseburg gets the win on top of Century. We'll come back after the break with the postgame show and our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game. Stick around for all the numbers coming up. This is Roseburg Baseball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I don't think you realize how much energy you've lost until you start the hormone replacement process.
Our energy really started to wane. We were both gaining weight. My sleep pattern got really messed up.
One Peak Medical changed our lives individually and as a couple.
We're just a lot happier because we feel better. We're not tired and run down, and it just makes our lives easier and happier.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Welcome, everybody, back for our post-game show as we welcome you to Champion Car Wash Field, where Roseburg prevails against Century to stretch their winning streak to 4 games. And Roseburg remains undefeated at home as the Tribe wins 8-3 on top of the visiting Century Jaguars. Century will fall to 2-4 on the year. Roseburg now 6-3 on the season. Getting the win will be Austin Takahashi for Roseburg. He improves to 3-1 on the season. Eli Bro takes the loss for the Jaguars. Your final numbers on the day: 3 runs on 9 hits, 4 errors, and 6 men left on base for Century. Roseburg had 8 runs on 6 hits and 4 errors, 10 men left on base for the Tribe. Austin Takahashi pitches 6 innings, gave up 6 hits, 2 runs. He had no walks and 6 strikeouts. And taking the loss, Eli Bro pitches 3 1/3 innings, gave up 5 hits, 7 runs, 6 walks, and 5 Ks. Roseburg with 6 hits in the ball game and 9 on the other side for Century. The Jaguars, let's see here, led by Nico Roselle with 2 doubles and an RBI in the ball game. Levi Hayes had a single, was 1 for 4 in the contest. Braden Miller with a single to left field with an RBI. He was 1 for 3 on the day. 1 for 3 for Jalen Ellis with a line drive to right field. Sam Thomas was 1 for 2 on the day for the Jaguars, and 1 for 3 for Joey Genduso, and 2 for 3 for Tyler Malman. On the other side for Roseburg, 3 for 3 at the top of the order for Logan Klopfenstein. All 3 singles. Also had a walk, got on base 4 times. Austin Takahashi got on base 4 times, but reaches on twice on error and once on a fielder's choice. Dawson Gillespie goes 1 for 4 on the day with a single and a run scored. Silas Kincaid had a double in his first at-bat, finishes 1 for 1 in the game with a double and RBI. 1 for 2 in the game with a double, had an RBI with a bases loaded walk, also got hit by a pitch. Let's see here. Dominic Titone gets on base 3 times, 2 walks. Jordan White had a sacrifice fly for an RBI. Knox Hubbard gets walked 3 times, scores a run, a courtesy runner doing that for the catcher. Sebastian Watson had a 2-run triple in the second inning, ends up 1 for 4. And Carson Dunn gets on base 3 times but does not continue his hit streak. That ends at 4 games as he reaches twice on an error and once on a walk, finishes 0 for 3, about 3 runs scored. That's a look at the numbers here today. Roseburg scored 4 in the second inning against Eli Bro. And the 2 of those runs coming in on the triple by Sebastian Watson to right field. Roseburg added 3 more runs after Century scored 1 in the top of the 4th. Roseburg responds with 3 in the bottom of the 4th. And Silas Kincaid had a bases-loaded walk in there. And I think an error bringing in another run in that one as well. And Roseburg added another run in the 5th. And that would be all the scoring for them. A run in the top of the 6th and 1 run in the top of the 7th for Century. Got him back into it just a little bit, but does not close the gap nearly enough to try and get the comeback win here today. So the Jaguars will fall for a 4th time this season, now 2-4 on the year. Their next game will be 1 week from today as they take on Beaverton. And for Roseburg, they're now winners of 4 consecutive games, out to a 6-3 record on the year, still undefeated here at home at Champion Car Wash Field. Roseburg will be taking on Summit at home coming up on Saturday at noon, a single game there. So that is a look at how this one played out here today. All around, a very entertaining ball game, and appreciate, as always, the visiting team making the trek down here. Appreciate seeing the Century Jaguars and head coach Mason Wright down here at Champion Car Wash Field. And best of luck to them going forward from here. It is time now to name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game for the broadcast. Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be. The winner of the Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game, winning a $50 gift certificate to use at Mountain Mike's Pizza. And today, I wanted to give it to him yesterday, but on the mound, on the mound yesterday, Dominic Titone had a no-hitter going into the 6th. You got to give that guy the player of the game nod. But yesterday, Sebastian Watson had a great day at the plate as well. And Watson today started out with that 2-run triple in the second inning, got things started, really set the momentum for Roseburg. And Watson going to be your player of the game today for the Roseburg Indians. So congratulations to Sebastian Watson. The 2-run triple to start out the ball game there for him. He is your Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game. All right, that's going to pretty much wrap it up for us here from Champion Car Wash Field. Don't forget, we have got Blazers basketball coming up for you. Once we get off the airwaves here, we'll get you a little bit of the pregame show leading up to tip-off coming up at 7 o'clock for the Blazers as they welcome in the New Orleans Pelicans tonight. CJ McCollum making his return trip to Portland after the Blazers traded him away to New Orleans earlier this season. He's been playing well for the Pelicans, averaging almost 26 points per game in a New Orleans jersey. So that is what's coming up next for you here on The Score to wrap up our triple header today. Beavers baseball getting a win earlier. Now Roseburg getting a win. Maybe the Blazers pick up a win for us tonight to wrap things up on The Score. Well, you never know. We'll see what happens coming up. So stay tuned for Blazers basketball coming up next here on the radio. As for us here tonight, that's going to wrap it up. Our next broadcast is going to be coming up on Saturday. I want to say thanks again to the Century Jaguars for making the trek down here. As always, a thanks to Athletic Director Russ Bolin, Head Coach Troy Thompson, and the entire Roseburg baseball program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg baseball here on The Score. I want to say thanks to Brenton Cranford and Abby Knight back in the studio for the radio production tonight. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran. We'll catch up with you guys on Saturday when Roseburg welcomes in the Summit Storm for a non-conference single game starting at noon. That means our pregame coverage will start at 11:45 Saturday morning. Here from Champion Car Wash Field, you can catch the action streaming live online at 541radio.com. And as always, right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.